Jonesboro's been doing an MLK event every year since we opened our doors to the McKinney Center once the building was refurbished in 2013. So the first one we did was in 2014. We think it's really important because we work out of a historically black school. This building was built specifically for being the segregated school in Jonesborough. Now we're a place that brings people together through the arts and through storytelling instead of a building that separates people. So we really think that it's a great idea to do a community building project on MLK Day to honor the history of our building, its past, and also looking forward into the future. Yes, a white Quaker started that newspaper, and this year will be its 100th anniversary. And we get these stories not only from the archives, but also this building we collect stories out of. We hold regular interviews with people who remember Jonesborough's past and tell those stories. So we're able to use oral histories as well as bits and pieces of primary resources that we get from the archives.
The importance of the Martin Luther King holiday is, I think, rooted in Dr. King's 1963 I Have a Dream speech when he said, that this society wants to live out the true meaning of its creed, that all men and women are created equal, all right? And so we want to be an inclusive society. We want to move forward for the sake of the Republic. We have to have serious conversations about what it means to, unite, what it means to work together in harmony, and to be this, as President Reagan said, this city on a hill. Of course, what the Bible emphasizes. My comments earlier were a quote from Dr. King in which he said, "If you can't fly, then run. If you can't run, then walk. If you can't walk, then crawl." But one way or another, we have to keep moving forward. And as American citizens, we have to keep moving forward. We have to pay attention to each other. We have to recognize each other. And interestingly enough, here in Tennessee's oldest town, we have this unique history of appreciating each other, listening to each other, and that's what real community is. And so that's the beauty of the Martin Luther King holiday. It just reminds us of that sense of community. Every year the question's asked, and every year we say, we've made so many great gains because we have to remember Dr. King addressed the moral, but he also addressed the political. And so when we talk about the political and we talk about the Civil Rights Act of 64, the Voting Rights Act of 65, the wide range of housing legislation that came about in the late 1960s, we can see so many great gains politically. Morally, we're having serious conversations about reconciliation and serious conversations about the role of race, serious conversations about equality. So, we've made leaps and bounds from where we were in the segregated era of the Jim Crow South, the Jim Crow part of our country. But there's still these, times where we see remnants of the past rear their ugly head. And so we have to, make serious commitments as a society as to, do we want to squash that? And then there's even a conversation about, can you squash it? But, in my mind, there's the moral and the political. And again, this question just keeps coming up. But I think for the most part, we've made so many great steps forward, but we still have a long way to go.